Okay, here's an assignment that should not be a big hassle. You're factoring the expressions as far as they can go. You don't need to find what the x equals. You just need to make your boxes and do that. You follow the appropriate procedure. Okay, so let's underline the big dogs. There's two of those. So with two terms, you're looking for a GCF. And after that's done, you're going to look and see if you have a difference of perfect squares. Okay. And if I do, I am going to make two. They got to be the same thing with a plus and a minus. Okay, so GCF, you got the negative in front. Yeah. Do you have x on both lines? Yeah. So you need to put x. Now I go to my calculator and go 1696. We'll see what they say it is. 16, okay, GCF equals 16, so we put 16 here, and then negatives, don't be lazy, put negative 16x out on the line, and then you transfer that up to show yourself dividing both of them by negative 16x. So that's positive, you can cross those out, okay? There's always going to be x's you can cross out. So that's 1, that would stay x. And that's going to be negative 6. Try to start putting minus 6 with that, okay? Now, DOPS, D stands for difference. Do you have a difference? Yeah, but is 6 one of those numbers I have on the board? No, okay? So get rid of this, and then I'm done. Now, the next one, okay? This time, underline, this time we got 3 of the terms, so it's GCF, and we make our chart, split it in half, T on top, and then A equals on bottom, because we're going to have to pay attention to that. Okay, GCF, do I have the negative in front? Nope. Do I have X on all the lines? Nope. Okay. If you punch a group of numbers in which one of them is 1, guarantee it's going to have a 1. So don't do it. Okay, so A, B, and C. So A times C. I take positive 1 times negative 32. Okay, that gave me negative 32. So it's a negative. So since it's a negative, we're going to look for a difference. And the difference has to come to 4. 32 minus 1 is not 4. 16 minus 2 ain't 4. 32 divided by 3 is a decimal. 32 divided by 4 is 8. 8, bam, got it. Okay, now that 4 up there was minus, so 8's got to be minus or negative, however you want to say it. Difference means the signs can't match. Okay, they'll be not matching. And A equals 1, so that's good. I only need to make 2 parentheses using XX to break down the 1x squared. And then 32 becomes, negative 32 is plus 4 minus 8, okay? And there was no GCF, so I don't have to put anything in the front. Okay, next problem. 2 terms, there's 2 of them, okay? GCF, and so with only 2 terms, we see if we have that difference of perfect squares after I do the GCF. Okay, so the GCF, we got a negative in front. No, we don't. Do you have X on both of them? No. Okay, so now let's punch in 9 and 49. Okay, it just gave me a GCF of 1, so that means don't do it. Okay, so do you have a difference? Yep. Is 49 one of the numbers on the board? Yeah, it is. So what times itself is 49? Well, it's 7 times 7. Is 9 one of the numbers on the board? Yeah, it's 3 times 3, okay? And x to the second power down there on the bottom, that's on the board because that's x times x. So that's 3 times 3. That's x times x. So this whole thing will be 3x times 3x. Okay. So I put 3x plus 7, 3x minus 7, done. Okay. Next problem. This time there are 3 terms. Okay. So back to the GCF. and the T chart. We got to pay attention to what A equals. Okay, GCF is the front number negative. Nope. You got X and everything. Nope. Now let's punch in 4, 3, and 7. Okay. Okay, I just said it was 1, so 1 means I don't need to do that. A, B, C. Okay. So I'm going to take A times C, and that's going to be positive 4 times negative 7. Okay, that gave me a negative 28. So it's negative, so we're doing a difference, and we need to find the difference of 3. Nope, that is not 3. 28 divided by 2, 14. Nope, that is not 3. 28 divided by 3 is a decimal, and if you divide 28 by 4, you get 7. That's 3. So we got plus 3, so plus 7 for sure. And difference means they'd just be the opposite. Okay. Now in this one, A equals 4. Okay. So you got to do more than just put it as X and X, because X times X is not 4X squared. Okay. That means I need 2 sets of my parentheses. And I open up with 4, and you're like, well, 4 times 4 ain't 4 either. Well, it's not going to stay that way. And then you put X, X, and then minus 4 plus 7. Now you can look at your GCFs 2 at a time, 4 and 4. Hopefully you know that, but whatever. Answer's 4. When you get 2 of the same, for the values 4, the greatest common factor is 4. Okay? If you have the same number, you divide by that number. 1x minus 1. Okay? 4 and 7, if you punch in 4 comma 7, that's going to give you 1. So we're just going to keep that the same. Okay, again, 1x times 4x is 4x the second, and negative 1 times 7 is negative 7, and the rest of that will all work out into positive 3x if I felt like doing it, but I'm not going to waste my time. And there was no GCF, so you don't have to put anything. Okay, next 2. Now we're back to 2 terms. So GCF, and then I look for the difference of perfect squares. Okay. GCF, you got a negative, yeah. Okay. Do you have X on everything? Nope, so don't put the X. Now punch in 5 and 125 into the calculator. I got 5, okay? So I definitely do need to do the GCF here, but not X, okay? Just negative 5. Okay, so negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1. Now the X to the second remains. And then if I take positive 125 and divide it by negative 5, I got negative 25, so we need to write minus 25. Now you got a minus, and 25 is up on that board because that's 5 times 5. 1 is 1 times 1, and x is seconds, x times x. So this is 1x times 1x. So yeah, this is a difference of perfect squares that needs to be factored, okay? So I put 1x plus 5 times 1x minus 5. Now remember, we had a GCF right here. And please try to remember to put that in front of your parentheses because that is part of the expression. Okay, then the last one. This time there are 3 terms. So I do look for the GCF and then my T, okay? With whatever A equals. GCF, do I have the negative in front? Nope. You got X and everything? Nope. So let's punch in 10, 14, 12. Okay, I got 2. So I need to actually do the process. So it becomes 5x second, you can't cross out any x's, minus 7x minus 6, okay? Now, I want this crossed off because when I do the t-test, we're doing it from here, not from up here, okay? A times c, you're going to take positive 5 times negative 6, and that's negative 30. So I'm looking for a difference of 7. Nope. 30 divided by 2 is 15. That is not 7, though. 30 divided by 3 is 10. Bam. Okay. Okay, B was minus. That's 7 I was trying to get minus, so you got to have minus 10. Difference. Signs can't match. Okay. Now, this time A is equal to 5. It is not equal to 1, so you're going to have to do more than just an XX, okay? Then the way to handle that is to make 2 sets. So I lead off with 5 XX plus 3 minus 10, okay? If you punch in 3 and 5 into the calculator, it's just going to say 1. That means don't do anything with it. 5 and 10 would be 5, so I'm going to divide by 5, and that's 1x minus 2. Now that 5 you're dividing by does not appear again, okay? But you did have a GCF of 2 up there, so try to remember to put 2 in front, and it's factored.